Hey, Nashville. Welcome to the NFM Podcast. Tala here with Miss Abby.
Hey, girl. What's
are
up? I'm good. How are you?
Good. And we are here in the Optimize You studio. Today's episode is brought to you by Stat Wellness, Kinnection Chiro, and Defiance Fuel, which we have a few around us today. And we are so excited. This is actually a very special episode because right now our next issue, July, August just dropped. Our cover, Nicole Renard, is here with us.
Yay.
Hi, honey.
Hello.
A little preview.
This is exciting.
Of the cover.
Wow. It's gorgeous, by the way. Thank you so much for a wonderful photo. And we're going to definitely talk a lot about really your aesthetic, your brand, and she cannot take a bad photo.
Oh my gosh.
I had so much fun.
I don't know if that's true.
No, it's so true. She has amazing photos, amazing quality. I loved diving on your Instagram, your TikTok. We're going to talk all about your creative process, but we got to start with the basket of debate just to get to know each other a little bit better, even though I feel like we're already very, very close, very besties.
I know, Nicole, I've been keeping up with you for like 2 years now.
Aww.
And so I'm like so excited to just talk to you in person and hear about all the things.
Abby actually was, I'll let you have this, but Abby really was pivotal when it came to our cover and who we were going to choose. And she said, have you heard of someone named Nicole? And she actually really brought you to me. So it's a full circle moment here.
Yes,
that
so
means
excited.
a lot. Thank you.
Of course.
Okay, I always get nervous with the basket of debate. Don't know what you get.
I want to get a good one. All right. Here we go. Is ketchup acceptable on mac and cheese or a cry for help? You already know my answer. I am putting ketchup on my mac
disgusting,
and cheese.
Tala.
I'm
That is so gross.
Oh, no.
Sometimes, not all the time. It depends. Like Kraft mac and cheese, I'll get ketchup. But if you're like it's an artisanal, creative from farm to plate, I won't ruin it with the ketchup.
Oh, I was about to say, you're going to put ketchup on that?
No. It just depends on what kind.
That is so funny. I've heard of ketchup on scrambled eggs, but I don't think I've ever heard of it with mac and cheese.
That was our last week's prompt. Remember, was ketchup acceptable on eggs? And I said,
not
on eggs, but I said mac and cheese. So here we are.
Interesting. Okay.
I was thinking we've been through this and it sounds gross again.
All right, Nicole, your turn.
Okay, mine says, if your phone only had space for 3 apps, what are the must-keeps?
Oh, that's a perfect question for you.
Oh, that is a good question.
Well, I feel like with my job, I have to say Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. But if we're not talking job, honestly, you guys, I love the Teza app for editing photos.
Okay.
Have you heard of the Teza app?
I have, but I haven't used it.
It's a good
really
one.
Great.
Okay,
and then this is new as of this week. I just remembered I own a Cricut, which if you don't know
remembered.
Literally just remembered.
What's a Cricut?
A Cricut is like in the crafting world. It's this little machine that can cut like little shapes and die cuts, and you can make labels and stickers and vinyl and all kinds.
You can make an NFM logo.
Literally, the world is your oyster with a Cricut. And I saw it on the shelf the other night. I was like, how did I forget that I own this? Because I could be doing so much with my life.
Yeah.
And so I whipped that thing out this week, and you can like create all your designs in the app and then click go, and it literally cuts them out, and you can like personalize your Stanley Cup or
shout
on
out
the Teza app.
No, the Cricut app.
Oh, the Cricut
That's
app.
my second app.
That's nice.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm obsessed.
That's amazing.
That's been fun for me. And then my
that.
third one is probably my video editing app because I edit videos all the time on my phone.
Which one do you use?
I used to use, goodness, what's it called?
CapCut?
No, I'm not a CapCut girly.
Splice.
InstaShot?
Okay.
Is that what it's called?
Maybe.
I'm not sure.
There's a million.
But Instagram just came out with one. It's called Edits. And honestly, it's very user-friendly.
Oh,
that's what I
Instagram
need.
has their own
Instagram
now?
has their own. It's called Edits. It's like CapCut. You know how CapCut is TikToks?
Yeah,
It's like that,
exactly.
but it's for, they're so similar.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm low-key weird about these things. I went to school for this. I mean, I'm a journalist. I've done video editing and creative, and now I'm like, everyone is coming for my job.
InShot.
Everyone.
That's the name of the other one.
Not everybody's
InShot.
like you.
Great program too. It's free.
But I'm not even as good at it. Like I'm telling you, so many people are making amazing things on CapCut and InstaShot and all of these. Even going to school and having the degree and doing all these things, I honestly don't know how to use those apps.
Well, what's crazy now with AI,
don't worry.
like they have apps where you can just upload your footage and it will do it all for you. That's what's crazy to me,
Oh,
because people like
auto-generated.
you and me, it's like we went to school for this. We studied and learned
Yeah.
how to use the old school programs and like
Exactly.
have the art and skill
The
of
Lightroom,
editing.
the Adobe.
Yes, and now you can just upload your stuff, hit go, choose a template, and then it will spit out a perfectly edited video for
If
you.
it's not
That's what I need.
complicated, then I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Truly, is how it
Right,
works.
yeah.
Abby,
That's
are you
funny.
good at editing?
No, that's so overwhelming for me. To like put anything on social media is kind of overwhelming for me. Like to make a video.
I get that.
I mean, unless it's just like a post with a couple scrolls.
You're always in your head about those things. I get
No,
in
it
my
just
head.
takes long. Like it just takes like I don't know how to use it. That's why.
I get it.
I need a little like I literally just need to sit down with like you for a second and
No,
just
with
show me what to do,
Nicole,
and then I
not
could
with
probably
me.
do it. But
Not
it's
with me.
overwhelming for me to try to figure it out. Technology is not my friend.
I get
But
it.
I
I
get
get
that.
it. Which is weird because
Yeah.
we're Gen Z.
Yeah,
Isn't that weird?
yeah. But also we're millennial.
We are. We're both.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an old soul.
We're like, well, I was 97. What year are you?
96.
Yeah,
And
we're
I'm
like
95,
right on that
and
line.
we're on right on the
95.
line. Yeah.
Look at us, the
Yeah.
trifecta.
Wow, look at us.
In
Yeah.
this room, the Powerpuff Girls. Okay.
Yeah, like my sister, my little sister who's 20, she's a Gen Z. Like she knows how to do everything. And I'm like, I'm old. Like I don't know. I'm 28.
My sister's 25 and she's a Gen Z and she can out video me. I mean, she's literally a social media
Yeah.
director.
Yeah.
I
That's so
wish.
funny.
I just don't see myself like in that same category.
Same.
But
All right, next. Let's get your
okay,
prompt,
let's see.
girl.
Would you rather only eat hot food cold or cold food hot?
Oh.
Wait, what? This just mind.
Cold
Okay.
food hot.
Cold
Hot food cold or cold food hot?
Nicole, these prompts are really good for you in general.
I'm just trying
Because
to
you're the food
imagine the
girl.
other one. I get hot food cold. Like that's like pizza.
Yeah.
Cold pizza. But what would be an example of the reverse?
Ice cream,
Like,
hot.
Or
that
like
wouldn't be
fruit
ice cream
soup,
though. It would be
Fruit
milk.
hot. Milk
Fruit hot.
But honestly, there are a lot of cold things that are hot. Like oatmeal is hot or cold. Milk can be hot or cold, and it's good both
That's
ways.
true.
So maybe cold
There we go.
is
Okay.
better hot.
I'm
Fruit,
actually
like you can fry apples.
I'm
and it's
okay
good.
with like leftover pizza that you
Yeah,
pull
me
out from
too.
the fridge and don't have to nuke it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. So
I
I think
like
I would
cold.
rather go with cold food hot or hot food that's cold.
Yes, same.
No, not
That's
me.
me.
You're
I
the
think I
opposite.
can't think of anything that's naturally cold that tastes bad when it's hot. Like a salad. Like
Oh,
steam up some
gosh.
kale. It's a warm kale salad. It's good. But like hot things, like mashed potatoes, cold.
Yeah.
No.
Well, honestly, I guess I'm a foodie. All of this sounds really appetizing.
Yeah, me
to
too.
I'm like, give me some warm ice cream.
I'm just
I
not
don't
picky. I'm like,
care.
I grew up
Warm
on
ice cream.
leftovers. I'll eat
Same.
it.
Same.
However.
When you really want some leftovers and you have to microwave it, it just really
Yeah.
it just gets into the time of you enjoying it. You just gotta
Yes.
eat it cold.
And sometimes when you microwave leftovers, it does not taste good second time reheated.
Yeah.
You know, you can almost ruin it that way too.
Yeah.
I will never reheat a steak. Oh my gosh. That just will kill it.
Same. And also chickens, like a lot of meats do not reheat well.
Yep.
No,
It's
agree.
very true.
I agree.
I will do steak and eggs for meal prep though. And
Mm.
I'll undercook the steak so that it's not super dry.
Yeah.
But steak and eggs sound like if I'm bulking, then I'm like steak and eggs it is, and a slice of sourdough, and it's so good.
Yeah. Wow.
Just
These
reheat
are
it.
really, I have to tell you, these are great prompts for having Nicole here because it's all about social
Yeah.
media and food,
Yeah.
which is really just your brand in general. So I'm so excited to chat with you. First and foremost, for people that do not know Nicole, she is, like we mentioned, our cover story for July and August. It is out now digitally on our website and also in and around Nashville at wellness locations, fitness locations. So we hope that you pick up a copy. But first and foremost, I just have to ask you about really how it all started. I know the story, but Abby's a little new to it. So tell
Yeah, I
people about
can't
how
wait
it
to
all
hear.
started.
Yeah, wow. Well, when I really go back, I've been creating content before social media was ever a thing. I had my dad's camcorder in my hand when I was a kid, just making funny home
That's the
videos with my
best.
friends and sister.
That's
and
how you
then
know you're going to grow up and do this.
Yeah.
I vividly remember a commercial coming on our TV when YouTube first came out. And it was a video of a dog, a pit bull, skateboarding. And it was talking about how you could post your videos online. And I was like, that's so cool.
The new age.
Yes. And so I
That's wild.
started on YouTube when I was 13. I made a channel in middle school and I was just using it to make funny videos. I didn't even know that it was something you could do for a career. And I don't even think you could at that time. But ended up going to film school and I studied television and broadcast journalism. And so I started dabbling in the YouTube space, and that's around the time when blogging became a thing. And so I started a blog in college and did a little bit in the Instagram space. And then it really wasn't until the pandemic. I'd been doing it for 5 or 6 years at that point, but not full time. The pandemic is when it became full time. I was doing a smoothie bowl series on my YouTube channel, and it went viral on YouTube and TikTok.
Because
and
they look amazing, by the way.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you're like
I
a
also think
perfect
the
texture.
timing was good. Like, I don't want to
Yeah.
give myself too much credit. Everybody was locked away at home. People
Yeah.
were trying to learn how to cook. People were trying new things. And there was really not that many videos or channels out there doing smoothies. And I just
Yeah.
started making them every day. And so people started calling me the smoothie bowl girl. And I was like, oh my gosh, I got to run with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I literally started making them every day. And I would do them for different occasions, different holidays, different seasons. We did all kinds of smoothie bowls, and then I started branching out and doing Disney food series. I did the foods inspired by the movies, and had a series where I tried to recreate.
Give us an example. What have you done?
I did the gray stuff from Beauty and the Beast, Kronk's spinach puffs from Emperor's New Groove.
Ooh,
any
wait,
food that you
that's
would see in the
I love
movies, like
Emperor's New
Tony's
Groove.
spaghetti and meatballs from Lady and the Tramp.
Are there any fictional
that's so
foods that you think about? I think of Krabby Patties all the time. If I
That's
could
a good
taste
one.
one,
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I don't think
I
that
think of
about,
fictional
but
foods. I even have
you're
a
you're a foodie.
cookbook of foods that were in Friends, like Rachel's
Oh, really?
trifle.
Oh, that's fun.
The shepherd's pie trifle, if
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about. Like she made a half trifle and a half shepherd's pie because the pages stuck together.
Yeah.
So she had like cream and strawberries, and then had like meat and potatoes in the exact same trifle. But like they literally made a whole book about
That's so
recipes
funny.
from the show. I love that you did
Or
that.
like Harry
Yeah.
Potter. We did like a Harry Potter night, and
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
my sister has a cookbook from Harry Potter. It's like Harry Potter inspired foods.
Mm-hmm. The most fun
Awesome.
one, because Disneyland was closed
Mhm.
for the first time in its
Yeah.
history.
Yeah.
And I used to go to the park all the time. I lived in California. And so I missed all the foods. And I did a series on the foods of the park that I couldn't get, like the Mickey pretzels, the Dole Whip, the churros. And that
Wow.
was so fun.
And you made them yourself.
I did it at home.
How did you learn the recipes? Is it all trial and error?
Some I would find online and then tweak. Others I had a recipe from before that I would do again or add different things. So it kind of depended on what it was. The smoothie bowls I would create from scratch every time.
Yeah.
What's
love
your
that.
blender to get the?
So that's
us like a
funny.
blender rack.
It's funny Actually,
you
need a
ask.
new one.
Let me open my
so.
wedding registry.
Yeah, seriously. No, you got to put those on your registry because they are
Expensive.
pretty penny.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh, yeah.
I was using an old Ninja blender that I had in college, and it just had the little personal cup that you put
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
top, and that's how I was making my smoothie bowls. And if you watch any of my videos, the trick to getting them thick is to use very little liquid. And so
Yeah.
with that one, I would have to take it off, shake it down, like really, really shake it,
Okay.
put it back on, smash it as it was going. It was just janky,
That's the
but
workout.
that's how I did it.
Okay.
And then my videos started to pop off, and my mom was like, "You need my Vitamix." And so, bless her
You
heart,
need my Vitamix.
she mailed me her
Aw.
Vitamix in the middle of the pandemic, so I could
What a
start
mom.
making more smoothie bowls. And so, right now, I still use that blender. It's the Vitamix 5200. There are so many more Vitamix models that have come out since
The
then. It's like
5200. I love it.
15 years old. I would love to
But it
upgrade maybe
works.
this year, but
Yeah.
it works. Yeah. Any high speed blender is going to work great. So, like, I would say the top tier is Vitamix because they're
Okay.
just so powerful. But you can do it with a Ninja. You can do it really with any blender. I've got videos on my channel of how to do it with most of the mainstream blenders. So, if you have a NutriBullet, if you have really any blender along the line, you can do it.
Yeah.
Man.
I
Well,
love
are
her.
you still eating smoothies every day?
Not every day, but I do make them a good bit. I'm thankful that my my channel has expanded and allowed me to make
Yeah.
more things than just smoothie bowls. I do a lot of main course dishes now, a lot of healthy snacks, drinks, coffee, kind of everything. And now
Yeah.
that I'm a mom, I do lifestyle content as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to talk about your daughter.
Mhm.
She's so cute.
Aw.
But tell us, since we're on the food thing, how did food or just like knowing how to cook come about? Because you were on Next Level Chef,
Yes.
which was so fun to watch. We want to hear all about it. But tell us the background about how because you didn't go to culinary school, did you?
I did not. Nope.
So how did you learn how to cook?
kind of along the way, I love to bake. When Pinterest first came out, I was in high school and I just thought it was so fun to save recipes and like look at all the photos and try to recreate them at home. So I started baking in high school. And then when I moved off to college, I randomly got hired as a pastry chef at my university. I was not looking for a job. I just got into a conversation with the executive chef at my school. And then at the end of the conversation, he said, well, you're hired. And I thought he was joking. I was like, he's like, no, you're hired. And I was like, wait, really? And I wasn't even thinking. I just took the job.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what it meant. He didn't even know if I could cook. Like, I literally didn't know anything.
I love that he took a chance on you like that. Because that really was where it
Looking
started.
back, I'm like, how did he know?
Yeah.
It was so crazy.
You think that was a God moment?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Because it should not have happened.
God.
Yeah.
That's who hired her.
I was the only student employee. They'd never hired a student before.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it shouldn't have happened.
And you weren't even looking for it.
No.
The Lord was just like, I know what you need. Don't
Here
worry.
it is. Truly.
This guy's going to tell you.
And so I worked in that commercial kitchen my entire time during college. And he taught me everything I knew at that point.
Wow.
Like, I learned about how to work in a kitchen like that and mass produce baked goods. And it was all pastry. So I was doing like cookies, bars, breads, pies, brownies, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he really gave me free reign. Once my training was done, he was like, if you come in with recipes that you want to do, go for it and do that until you run out of ideas, and then I'll give you more to do. And I'm like, well, I'm never going to run out of ideas because I've got Pinterest.
Yeah.
And I had all these recipes saved up that I have always wanted to make. So I would just take them, multiply it by 12 and make huge batches of them. And it was so fun. And that inspired me to apply to culinary school. So I did get accepted into the Culinary Institute of America, and I was planning on maybe going after I graduated. But when I also competed in scholarship pageants back then, and I competed for Miss Washington right after I graduated, and I won. So they moved me to Seattle the next day. And
Isn't she amazing? I'm like sitting here and I'm like, yeah, she did that.
Here's another
She
thing
did
we
that
didn't
too.
know.
Yeah. I ended up having to defer my enrollment at the CIA because I was competing for Miss America, and that was my full-time job for a year. So when I completed my year of service as Miss Washington, I decided to not go to culinary school and move back to LA and just kind of get going on my career. Because at the time, I kind of felt like I was, not that I was behind, but I was already a little behind what my other peers who graduated with me were, because I took that year as Miss Washington when everyone else kind of started their career right after they graduated. Yeah. So anyhow, I moved back to LA, and that's when the food and social media stuff took off. But really, that's it until I started doing smoothie bowls. And then I feel like I got back into the baking smoothie bowl thing. And a few years later, I auditioned for Next Level Chef, but I didn't really think anything of it because I was just sure they were not going to select me. I'm like, this is Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
I am not a chef. I did not go to culinary school. I am not qualified. But they kept pushing me through the audition process, and I didn't hear from them for about 2 months, and I forgot about it. And then I got engaged, and 2 weeks later, they reached back out and asked if my passport was still valid because Fox wanted me on the show. And I was like, what?
Whoa.
Yeah. And I was already planning the wedding.
Out?
I did, because I was like, I thought we weren't going to do this. I'm now getting married. Like, that's my focus.
Did your fiance go with you to Dublin?
No. No one was allowed to come with me.
No one was allowed to come with you?
No.
Oh my gosh.
I flew by myself. So we had already planned this trip to Switzerland. We were going to be there for 10 days, and they wanted me in Dublin the next day. So I flew back to Nashville. I had 24 hours to pack my bags and get back to the airport, fly to Dublin. And it was a month before we got married.
Oh my goodness.
So I was there for 3.5 weeks. We filmed it in Dublin, and it was the craziest, you guys. It was truly the hardest, most stressful thing I've ever done. And I'm so glad I did it.
I can imagine you being alone in a foreign country, knowing that you're coming back home to a wedding, right? Being newly engaged.
Yes.
I mean, I can imagine very anxiety riveting, but I love that you have that experience because you can say that you did it.
Yes.
And you can put it away. Now, there are so many other cooking shows as well. Did you ever audition for any others or have any in your mind?
I've auditioned for a few on Food Network. The baking ones, Holiday Baking Championship, Spring Baking Championship. Those all came down to like the technicalities, and I just don't have the experience behind me for those, but I think they'd be fun to go on.
Yeah.
With Next Level Chef, it's funny if you've watched the show, a lot of what I did on that show I was doing for the first time.
Yeah.
Which is another God thing, because I remember before every episode, and we were waiting on the wall before we'd run to the platform, I was like, Holy Spirit, highlight what you want me to grab on this platform, because I don't know what I'm doing.
Wow.
I did as much as I could leading up to it to prepare, but I only had 2 weeks. And one of those weeks I was in Switzerland. So there was only so much I could do. I downloaded all of Gordon Ramsay's master classes, and I watched them online, and I just studied. I read cookbooks like textbooks. I tried to memorize recipes. I tried to watch technique on YouTube and just like watch what they were doing and then try to do it in the kitchen for the first time on the show, because I just didn't have the experience behind me.
That's smart though. You were prepared. You prepared yourself.
I did the best I could.
Yeah, I thought that was so impressive watching the show that it kept talking about how you were a baker and like you were doing a lot of the stuff for the first time. And I was like, that is just crazy, because then seeing the judges' reactions as they would eat your food, it was like, I know I couldn't do that. If I like only really knew how to bake and was doing this stuff for the first time, like how did she just make it taste so good? And where did you end up? Like top 7. Top 7, yeah.
Way further than I thought I'd make it. I truly thought I was going to get eliminated the first episode. I definitely think too.
Can you stop with your imposter syndrome?
Man, it was bad on that show.
You are killing it.
Well, I really did grow my confidence. I think a lot of people kind of wrote me off because they're like, who's this girl? She's a pageant girl. She doesn't know anything. She makes smoothie bowls. I essentially blend frozen fruit together for a living. And so everyone was like, we don't have to worry about her. And then I kept doing well. I figured it out. I had top dish 3 times, once overall, but the other 2 times were in my group. So I reached a point where I was like, okay, I'm definitely not the best or the most experienced chef here, but I can hold my own and they're liking what I'm cooking. So if I can just keep doing that and just stay in my lane, I think that really helped me.
I think also you bring a level of personality. I mean, this is a television show. They're looking for what makes good TV as well. You have a great personality. You're beautiful. I think that also is really what kept you there as well. So it definitely was the full package. And it all really did stem from the fact that you did create some sort of bucket list to be able to do really cool things. We wrote about it in the magazine, but tell us a little bit about the do stuff list.
Yeah. So this goes back to when I was in college. My freshman year, I realized I was spending more time making a list of the things I wanted to do instead of actually doing them. And I was like, man, that's so lame. I want to be the type of person that when I say I'm going to do something, I do it. I want to do stuff. And so I took that list and I started a blog called the Do Stuff blog as a challenge to myself to do the stuff on the list and then write about it. I wanted to become a better writer. And so that kind of gave me the accountability and motivation I needed to pick something on the list and just go pick a day and do it. And then I'd write about it. And it turned into this movement that was encouraging and inspiring others to like be a person of your word. Don't just talk about taking the trip. Go take the trip. Do it and follow through. And it's just been so sweet to see how God's moved and worked in my life and just how much more exciting things are, because I feel like I look back at the last 10, 15 years of my life and I've done so many random things across the board, but it's like, why not? Yeah. Why not go compete on Next Level Chef? Why not do Miss America? Why not? Yeah. Exactly. It's so fun.
I think that's so cool. And you mentioned inspiring. I feel like it is so inspiring to others.
I know.
And I want to hear about more of the things that you've done. We've already talked about some of the things. So let's take a quick break and then we'll get back into it and talk all about that list.
Okay.
Hey guys, welcome back to the NFM Podcast. We are here with Nicole and we were just talking about her do stuff list. She's done a lot of things. Before we get into more about some of the different things you've done, because I feel like we could probably talk all day about your list and the things you've done, what would you tell somebody else? We were talking about people being inspired by this and you just like your life and sharing it with all of us and what we get to see. What would you tell people who want to get the list off of paper and actually do it? Because I feel like you can make a list, and even if you really want to do things, it's hard to know what step to take. Like, what's the first step? Do you just pick one thing and then just go with it and see what happens? What would you tell people?
Yeah. Well, I think even to back up one step further, when you're making the list, I always encourage people to not limit yourself. I think one of the biggest things we do, and I do this too sometimes, is we kind of frame what we think is possible and then we stick to that on our list instead of like taking all of those limitations off, closing your eyes and really thinking for a second, if I could do anything in the world, if money was not a problem, if resources weren't a problem, if time wasn't a problem, what do I want to do? Like, don't limit yourself for a second and just see what excites you, see where your joy is, see what brings life, and write that down. Like, sure, it might feel crazy or impossible and you might not ever do it, but like, you definitely won't if you don't write it down.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you might as well write it down because If you would have told me 10 years ago that I was going to meet and cook with Gordon Ramsay, I would have laughed in your face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it happened. Like anything is possible, truly. And so I always encourage people to take the limitations off and really think about what you want to do. And then beyond that, because like what you said, it can be hard to take the first step. Maybe start with something small. Maybe start with something that doesn't feel as intimidating. But I do believe once you take that first step, if it's with something small or even something that's big, it becomes less scary. You realize like, oh, that wasn't so bad. I could do it again. And you're really just taking it one step at a time. You don't have to accomplish the whole thing in one day. But like, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. If you put one foot down and take one step, then it becomes easier to take the next step. And you're going to learn along the way. Even if you fall or you need to pivot, like it's not going to kill you. It doesn't mean that you failed. Just like keep moving on or pick a different direction and go try something else.
I think also because you mentioned don't limit yourself. If you actually go into it thinking that time and money and resources are going to hold you back, your list is really not going to be that long anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah. What can you do, honestly? at that point?
Exactly. Yes.
So we have to talk about what's on that list, what has been accomplished, maybe something that you want to accomplish someday soon. Take us through that.
What are your like top 3? I want to know like.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'd have to go back to my original list because I actually created this list when I was very young. I was in like middle school, high school, and I had like really silly things on it at the time. A lot of them had to do with travel. So a lot of the places on there I visited, which has been a huge dream of mine, and I love traveling. One of them back then was that I wanted to have tea with the Queen of England. And that just is so silly when you think about it. But
it's not.
I was so
Such a
serious.
cool
I'm like,
idea.
I would love to have tea with the Queen of England. Who wouldn't?
Of course.
Yes, a tea party. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So I wrote to the Queen of England and I asked if we could have tea. And I got a letter back from Buckingham Palace that said basically no, but it was so eloquently worded. It was so sweet. Basically said,
At least they
the Queen
responded
is a little
back.
too busy right now, but thank you for your request.
Did she sign it or was it?
I can't remember. I do think it was her secretary or
Got it.
someone working for her secretary
enough.
that,
Did you frame it?
I still have it. I don't know
Good.
that I framed it, but I do have it.
It just seems so cool to have, and I would honestly, if I got that letter, I'd frame it. I'd put it in like a really nice frame, like a really pretty vintage frame or something, and I'd hang it.
Yeah.
But I love that. I mean, and it's just really cool. Is there anything on your list that you? I mean, someone like you, I can imagine you just get ideas throughout the day, and you're constantly maybe even writing them down. Any new ones
I
that
do.
pop up?
Well, some of the other big ones were paragliding. We did that in Switzerland near the mountains, and it was awesome.
Nice.
And cage diving with sharks. I crossed that one off last year. We did that in Hawaii.
Nice.
Also so epic. I'm trying to think of ones that I haven't done yet. A lot of them are travel related. I want to go to every continent. So I have 2 more I think I need to hit. But
Nice.
yeah.
That's so fun.
I want to publish a book too.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
huge goal of
easy for
mine.
you.
Yeah.
And you've practiced writing.
Easy, she says.
I'm telling you, Nicole is one of those people. Have you ever met people and you're like, anything that they decide to do, they're going to excel at it. Anything that they pick up, they're going to excel at it. And I think that you really exhibit and exude that type of
Thank you.
behavior and approach. So I'm so happy that we get to talk to you. And I love that you were our cover. I want to bring food back into the conversation because our July-August issue is all about food. And we talked a lot about your famous recipes. We talked a lot about your famous recipes and different things that you've done, but I'd love to hear maybe something that you're interested in trying to make. Anything that is on the list.
Yeah, I feel like now that I've done Next Level Chef, my confidence has grown so much in the kitchen too, to just try new things and not be afraid of certain techniques. I think before I competed, I would get really intimidated by some of like the higher level recipes or ones that took a really long time. But something I've tried recently that I have not mastered yet at all is croissants. And I waited a long time to start making these because it's such a long process. I mean, anything that takes over a day, sometimes I'm just like, I'm not going to do that.
Right.
I don't want to spend 3 days making a
A
pastry.
croissant,
But I've made them several times and I'm still learning for sure. They're so hard to make. But I would love to perfect croissants. I've also been on my sourdough journey.
I was about to ask because that's the thing you have to keep up with day to day.
Yeah, it's a lot. And I feel like I'm definitely better in that department than I was last year when I started.
I haven't hopped on that.
Why is
journey.
it so
I want
hard?
to.
I hear people talk about it. What is so, and this sounds so ridiculous to even ask, but like, what is so hard about making sourdough? Take me through the process.
It's something that isn't just like making cookies where if you add all the right ingredients and put in the oven, it's going to turn out. It's like your dough is going to be different every single time. You could do the exact same strategy, the exact same routine every single time, and you're always going to get a different result. And it also depends on the temperature in your kitchen, the humidity where you live. So if you don't know those variables and how they affect your dough or how to read your dough, it could be challenging, and you might get different results in like the way that it rises or the shape of it or something.
I'm happy
like
you
that.
explained it, because whenever I talk to people, they're like, I'm making sourdough, and like everyone's like, how are you doing? Are you okay? And I'm like, this is bread. What's going on? So I'm happy you explained it, that your environment actually makes a
and you
big
have
difference.
to keep the starter alive.
Yeah,
you have like a living organism in your
You have to like
kitchen.
set
It's weird.
timers. Like I did it one time and I realized it turned out okay.
Yeah.
But I realized I just wasn't like committed. I'm not gonna say I didn't have the time, because anything you can make time, but I wasn't committed enough to make sure it turned out good.
Yeah.
Because you have to like set, after you do one step, you have to be like, okay, 24 hours from now I got to do this.
You have to plan
or like
for it for sure.
10 hours from now I got to, so you have to be home at that time and ready to feed it and whatever else. Yeah. So I just wasn't very good at that.
That's the same with croissants. Is like if I'm going to make these, I have to schedule it into my week so that I know on what days I'm going to be able to like get the timing right.
No wonder the French are so angry. They have to make all this, and they're like, my whole life revolves around this croissant right now. No, that makes so much sense.
I do think it would be fun one day in the future to open up a micro bakery. Have you ever seen those?
No. Is it like a pop-up?
It must be on my For You page a lot, but there's this whole community of girlies who own, I guess it doesn't have to just be girls, but the ones I see are girls. They basically turn their home into a micro bakery. And so on the weekends, like Saturday from 8 to 12, they put a little stand out front of their house and a table, and they have like little labels, and they make bread, muffins, cookies, just like an assortment of baked goods. And then they open their little shop, and then they sell all their stuff and try again next
Nicole,
week.
you would have a line wrapping around the whole neighborhood in your
I
house
think
if
it'd
you
be
did
so
that.
fun. You have to like get permits and follow all the laws and all that.
I was about to say,
no one needs to know.
Yeah, there's like cottage laws apparently that have to do with owning a business like that. But I just think it would be so fun.
That is really, really sweet.
I told my husband in our next home, I was like, I want my own little kitchen studio where I can do all that.
Have you ever thought about like doing a truck or anything?
I have.
Like that?
I've thought about doing a smoothie truck.
Okay.
Oh, come on, do a smoothie
I think
truck.
it would be fun.
I think that's on your
I
next
think that'd be really
That's
fun.
on your list.
I've been obsessed with
You got to do it.
Smoothies are just great because you can get everything in that you needed.
Yes.
Like I've ate a smoothie almost every day for the summer because I put my collagen in it and I put my protein in it, and it's just got everything there, and then it's done.
Yeah.
Like, and I get it in for the day.
They're the best.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, and it's easy to diet when you're doing that. Like I've noticed, like even just going to tropical smoothie, like I said, I can add those supplements in. I can feel like
it's easy to get
I
in
have
what you
my
need.
meals.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's so true.
Well, how is Willa? Is your daughter's name?
Yes.
Is she cooking with you or anything? How old is she? First,
She's
of all?
9 months.
9. Okay, so
So
is she in the kitchen
She's
with
definitely making the croissants right now.
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
Willa's making the
She's
croissants.
kneading it. Yeah.
She's hilarious. She's getting there. She definitely sits in there with me. She either sits on the floor or she sits in her little seat on the counter, like if I'm right next to her. And she loves, honestly, her favorite toy right now is this miniature silicone whisk. She loves a good whisk.
I was about to say, I know she has a toy set.
Oh yeah, she loves the whisk, and it makes her feel like she's helping. She's my little sous chef. I can't wait till she's actually able to like stand and help me in the
She's
kitchen.
gonna have an easy bake oven, like for
Oh my gosh,
for
I
sure.
cannot wait. We filmed a video this week actually of us making smoothies together, and so I had hers and mine, and I have it's literally called the world's smallest blender. It's this tiny blender that I put on her high chair so she could play with the blender while I was making the smoothies. But hers was just frozen bananas, frozen strawberries, and breast milk, and then mine was like the adult version of that, so like regular milk, banana, strawberries, and protein powder. And we had our little smoothies side by side, and it was so cute.
That's adorable.
Have you tried your own breast milk before?
I haven't like drank a bottle of it, but I've tried it.
I feel like I've heard it's sweet. Is that correct? Is it sweet?
Yes.
Has your husband?
No, he is not.
My husband, I mean, I don't have a baby. I'm not even pregnant, but my husband's like, oh, when you have a baby, I'm definitely drinking your breast milk.
Do you know that bodybuilders buy breast milk?
It's supposed to be great
because
for
he's
you.
like, I'm going to get the
like
gains.
recovery.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Well, also with your placenta, did you know this?
Yeah.
You can
put that in a smoothie.
You can.
You can do all kinds of things with it. We actually dehydrated it and turned it into supplements, which I think is, if that weirds you out,
Okay, I
that
would
might be
do
like
that.
the least gross way
I
of
think that's the
doing
least
it.
gross
I would
way.
never make it into tacos.
I did it. I have had a placenta in a smoothie. My best friend has like 5
wow.
daughters, so like it
I
was
respect
bound
you
to happen.
so much.
She was like, "It's
Wow,
so
Tala.
good for you," and I said, "I'll just take a little bit." I just took a sip. I did not drink the whole smoothie.
It's like
It
the
was
fountain
just a
juice.
sip. That was literally one of the very first conversations you and I ever had, and I feel
I
like it really
remember.
set the stage of
Actually,
our
I do
friendship.
remember this. Yeah.
But we got this tincture made. It's like a little dropper bottle that you can put drops into like your pre-workout, or really you're supposed
the
to
placenta?
save it. It can last for 40 years and you can use it during menopause, and it's supposed to be
Yep.
super great for
Yep.
you. And so Chandler, for the first couple of weeks after I gave birth, he was putting little drops of it into his pre-workout. And I
Why
don't know if
not?
it did
Honestly.
anything, but he like made him feel good.
That's genius.
Yeah.
I mean, it has so many things you need.
It's just
Absolutely.
really compact nutrients.
Yeah.
And finding out
Wow.
that people like buy breast milk, like especially men, like bodybuilders in the gym.
So
I
funny.
cackle
I
at
didn't know
that,
that.
but I mean, it is
Isn't
an
that, like, off the
interesting
black market.
It's so interesting to me. I don't know if I would ever just want to like buy milk like that, but
Yeah.
good for them. Good
It's
for
also
them.
interesting to know too, if the milk is high lipase, then when you freeze it, the flavor changes. And so that's why when you said, have you tried it? I was thinking because some babies reject it when it's been frozen and then reheated into a bottle because they don't like the taste. It can start to taste soapy or metallic-y.
Oh,
it's-
wow.
The same. There are ways I've heard that you can like cook it before you freeze it to kind of stop that effect, but some babies don't care.
Yeah.
It just depends.
I have
Interesting.
to ask this question as well because you're our cover story. It's a very important interview. We're so excited to have you. But you know, when being on our cover, what does it mean to you? Kind of, you know, really reflecting on just kind of being someone who's a leader in that space.
Well, I'm very honored, truly. Sometimes I don't even consider myself a leader in this space, so thank you for saying that. But I think it makes me really grateful because for a lot of years, food is something I considered to be one of my biggest weaknesses. I struggled with my relationship with my body and relationship with exercise and food for many years. And so to be in a position now where I have such a different relationship with food and see it as fuel and as something that brings joy and people together in life, and I'm able to literally have a career where I am sharing recipes and encouraging and teaching other people how to cook and fuel their bodies is really special.
Yeah.
I love that. You have shared your faith quite a bit on social media as well. What kind of part has that played in this journey of life? And then, yeah, like what would you say? Do you think it's like kind of directed your decisions and like what led you to all of these different things that you've done?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's been the railroad tracks that the train has sat on, if you will, for all of it, because this is not something I thought I would be doing. Again, with how disordered my thinking was in all of that realm back then, like I would have never thought this is what I would be doing as a career. But God's been so faithful and so kind throughout this whole journey to continue to redirect my steps and bring me through my pain and what I was going through to get to the other side where he's truly brought purpose out of it. So I'm very grateful.
How do you feel like you're able to hear the Holy Spirit and his direction? Do you feel like it's a lot of like figuring it out, or do you think he sitting in his presence and then he directs you, or like what would you say? Because I think that like as a believer myself, I feel like that is hard for a lot of people who are believers to know like, okay, what's God's will for me? What's his plan? What's the next step? And then for me, I feel like I sit a lot and trying to figure it out instead of just like letting it be.
Yeah. I think first it comes with time. The more time you spend with God, the quicker and more familiar his voice will be to you, and the quicker you will be sensitive to it. Just like a friendship, the more time you spend with that friend, the more you know them, the better you know them, the quicker you can pick up, like, oh, that's the sound of their voice.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's the same thing. And so definitely time spent. And just that like history with God, I think makes it easier to hear his voice because you start to remember and notice the ways that he speaks to you.
Yeah.
But then also I think a lot of times we get so caught up in like, what does God want me to do? What does God want me to do? And it's like our purpose at the end of the day is to know and be known by God and to make disciples. And so whatever avenue, whatever lane, whatever field we're in, you can share the good news. You can share the good news as a doctor, as a teacher, as a fitness instructor, as a smoothie bowl girl on social media. Like, you don't have to be a preacher for that to apply to you. And so I do think it's so awesome of God to give us free will in this life, because I think unless it specifically says something in scripture that is like right there, God's like, hey, choose. I'll bless it.
Yeah.
Use it to glorify me. Like, don't get so caught up in the details, but like choose something and go.
Yeah.
I think so many people just sit because they're like, well, I'm waiting for God to knock on the door and tell me exactly what it is I'm supposed to do. And it's like, that might not happen.
Yeah.
But
it won't.
But exactly.
It won't.
But if you are spending time with him and you're truly seeking first the kingdom of God, like we don't have a God who is going to put things in front of us to tease us or to trip us up. Like, he wants the best for you. He has the best for you. And if you're seeking him first to glorify him, then like he's going to bless that. And if it's the wrong choice, I guess, if you want to put it that way, he'll redirect your steps and it'll be so clear. You know what I mean? Because
and
he's
that's
kind.
how he uses us as a vessel. I feel that like anytime like I do something, it's very intentional. Anytime, especially even in just my career, and it sounds like for you. And honestly, after our conversation, check it out on naturalfitmagazine.com. But for me, it's like anytime you feel like you're even going into your career, right? A lot of that can be used to glorify God. It just because you're, like you mentioned, like a smoothie girl on TikTok or an accountant, anything you can do can be to glorify God. Like you mentioned, it doesn't have to be a preacher. I love that you said that. And also it's very evident because I think it is so clear. You'll never have to question if this is from God. A lot of times when I feel like something was handed to me, I can instantly hear and feel God's presence with that.
Yeah.
Almost like a package.
Well, every good gift is a gift from above.
Absolutely.
Like, it's from him. And that just reminded me of that verse. I think it's in Colossians that says, whatever you do, do it for the glory of God.
Absolutely.
Like everything that you do. And I think that sometimes becomes the difference of like, I'm not a Christian influencer. I'm an influencer. Oh, and by the way, I'm a Christian, and like I'm going to be excellent at what I do because that's what I'm called to do. I'm called to be excellent, so that when people see us, they see that there's something different, and that gives us the opportunity and the open door to say, his name is Jesus.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
It's because you sprinkle it in, and it's almost like we're honestly doing it in such a seamless way, right? Like we can talk about our faith, but we're also talking about food and your success and next level chef. But it's like the faith was really at the forefront of it all. That's where it started. That's where it's at right now, and that's where it's going to be forever with you. So I love that is just kind of how we can use our faith, because we don't have to just beat down the door and let people know that that's why we do things. It's really sprinkled in our journey, and we let other people see that for themselves and be inspired.
Yeah.
That's
Man,
good.
so good. My dad had told me something years ago, kind of what you said. And I think we were having a conversation about what I was going to do next and like what the Lord's will was for me. And he was like, honestly, I think a lot of life is less like waiting for a sign and waiting for like something perfect. Like if you're sitting in the will of the Lord or just sitting with him, then whatever you do, he's going to bless it. And if it's not his will, then he will redirect you, like you said. So I feel like the times in my life when I have seen God the most and looked back and been like, wow, I couldn't have done that myself. That was him. Like he led me there. And then this led me to that. And I couldn't have made this plan. It's when it wasn't me. Like I was just
it's fun
living life and living with the Lord, and it happened.
It's fun playing scavenger hunt with him. I've noticed that. I've even I thought about it recently. I was like, wait, so that happened so that this could happen. Oh, gotcha. Even if it was years later, I love uncovering those moments with him. So I can imagine you have obviously had those moments, especially in your journey.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's so good.
So good. I love that conversation.
I know. I feel like I needed that. Were we in therapy just now?
Oh my gosh. Well, what's next? Like, what are you working on, and what can we expect? Is there anything like on the list that's the next thing you're going to be doing that's coming up?
Well, I mentioned that I've always wanted to write a book. I would love to write a cookbook.
I was about to say cookbook.
Yes. Yeah. Specifically cookbook. That can definitely be something you can expect to see hopefully soon.
Is this like an NFM exclusive? What's happening?
Gosh, I feel like I've been saying it for the last 5 years, but I feel like steps are being taken now to get it done. Yeah, and figure out what we're going to do. So I'm very excited about that. I feel like a lot of my life right now is just momming. First time momming, figuring it out, enjoying time with Willa.
Adventure.
It is. It really is. And I'm so excited for all the things that come along with her growing up and being able to cook with her and craft with her and travel with her more. So,
Yeah. Oh, that's so fun.
Excited.
Where can people find you? Because obviously right now you are someone that can offer so many different types of advice when it comes to food, when it comes to motherhood, when it comes to fashion, when it comes to travel. Everything.
So
I mean,
many things.
honestly, I'm telling you, I've literally never met a better person. So for me, I would
Literally.
love to know where people can go so that they can also get plugged in with you as well.
Yes. Whatever platform you're on, Nicole the Nomad. So Instagram, Nicole the Nomad, TikTok, YouTube, Snapchat. Also, NicoleTheNomad.com is where you'll find all my recipes and travel guides. If you can't remember any of that, just Google Nicole the Nomad. You'll find it.
Perfect. Well, we are so blessed to have you today. So exciting
you.
to talk to you and hear about your life. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning into this episode. If you found it enjoyable or helpful at all, then please like, subscribe, and share with a friend. On behalf of NFM and Spread the Positive, we really appreciate your participation and support. Y'all stay strong and go have a smoothie.
Yes.